There's nothing like a day on the water to relax and enjoy getting outdoors with your friends or family. But in spite of the safety campaigns of various organizations, such as the Canadian Safe Boating Council, some boaters still think of relaxing as having alcohol aboard while you fish for the big one. Statistics indicate that there are in the neighborhood of 16,000 impaired-related convictions on the roads and on the water in Ontario each year. And research shows that boaters who consume alcohol on their vessels are likely to get in their vehicle and drive impaired on our motorways. It has been the job of local marine safety officers and the Ontario Provincial Police to patrol the waterways in an effort to reduce the number of accidents, injuries, and deaths caused by impaired boaters. Prior to the current legislation, law enforcement was limited to a few ineffective remedies for alcohol-related offenses, such as confiscating alcohol and suspending boating privileges. Now, if you're caught drinking and boating, you can lose your driver's license on the spot for at least 12 hours, and you run the risk of being charged with impaired operation of a vessel, which carries with it some pretty severe penalties. So, how did this happen? Well, it's officially called Bill 209, and it was passed into law on June 22, 2006, amending the Highway Traffic Act of Ontario.
Bill 209 is a piece of legislation unique to Ontario in that boaters face the loss of their driver's license if they're convicted of impaired boating. The other penalty is a 12-hour suspension of their driver's license, which had not been in place at any point in time prior to this piece of legislation. We have taken a very strong lead, and I see this as an opportunity for Ontario to continue in this approach. What we want to do is save lives. This is another opportunity, or puts another tool in police officers and organizations like the Canadian Safe Boating Council to save lives.
Bill 209 has really heightened the risk for offenders and given police services across Ontario another tool to use as a strong deterrent against drinking and boating. Under the new legislation, police can administer a breathalyzer test, and your driver's license will be suspended on the spot for 12 hours if you register a warning of up to 0.05 milligrams per 100 milliliters. That jumps to a 90-day administrative driver's license suspension if you register between 0.05 and 0.08. If your blood alcohol level exceeds 0.08 milligrams, then you can be charged with impaired operation of a vessel in addition to the 90-day suspension. Upon conviction of impaired operation of a vessel or operation in excess of 80 milligrams of alcohol, the courts now have the authority to suspend the person's driver's license for a minimum of 1 year. The Ignition Interlock program will also apply when a conviction is registered. It's no accident that each year intoxicated boaters cause injury to themselves, their boats, and others, and in some cases are even involved in fatalities on the water.
Certainly alcohol does play a large factor in boating collisions. Alcohol consumption on vessels is unfortunately very common in the waters of Ontario, and it's something that the OPP have certainly taken a very hard line on and has zero tolerance for.
The position of the Canadian Safe Boating Council is drinking and boating is illegal. A conviction of impaired boating is a criminal offense and has serious financial and lifestyle consequences. You will lose your boating privileges, and with Bill 209 in Ontario, you will lose your driving privileges, the same as if you were driving your motor vehicle.
Treat your boat like you would your vehicle. You don't drink and drive, you don't drink and boat.